It was the summer of 1814. The people of Maryland were fighting hard to protect themselves and their property from British raids along the coast. The fighting was fierce, and the casualties mounted. All able-bodied Maryland men donned their ragtag attire, part civilian, part military, and did whatever they had to do to repel the British forces. After the fall of Napoleon, Britain committed another 15,000 soldiers to attack southern Maryland along the Chesapeake Bay and the Patuxent River. Towns like St. Leonard and Benedict were burned to the ground. Naval battles with the American side commanded by Commodore Joshua Barney saw mixed outcomes. More often than not, both sides withdrew. But small skirmishes erupted up and down the coast, where British soldiers looted and burned small towns. The sheer number of British militia pouring onto the fertile plantation lands of southern Maryland set the stage for the British to attack and burn Washington, D.C., including the White House, the U.S. Capitol, and the Library of Congress. The British offered emancipation to any Maryland slave who wished to join their forces. 700 enslaved men did, further tipping the scale in Britain's favor. On one plantation, a teenage girl, Bethany, knelt wearily on the grass. Her mother, Abigail, rushed up to her. "Bethany, there you are. Come along, child, we have to go," Abigail said. Bethany withdrew and responded, "No, Mother, I promised Robert this is where we would meet, but he is so late. I'm so afraid something may have happened to him. The fighting has been so bad, and so many people we know have died defending our land." Abigail answered with urgency, "He's all right, Bethany, but time is growing short and we must leave. There were bands of British coming onto our shores unexpectedly, burning, looting. We never know when we might be next. It's best for us to get away to some distance from the shore." Bethany flared. "I will not. I love him and I will wait for him no matter how long it takes. He promised me he'd be careful and come back to me, so that's why I'm waiting, right here in this spot. I won't leave, not without Robert. Then we can all leave here." Suddenly, volleys of gunfire erupted from at least two directions. Both Bethany and her mother were startled, looking around in every direction to gauge where the fighting was and where it might be headed. "I'm scared, Mother. The fighting is right here now. I heard they burned and looted Chaptico, and that's just a few miles from here. That's about where Robert was headed when I last saw him. Oh my God, Mother, you don't think he—" Abigail gently placed her finger to Bethany's lips. "Shh. I know he's fine, dear. He's managed to keep himself safe, and he wants to see you very badly. We can wait for him when we get to—" But Abigail was interrupted. Robert appeared. He walked straight toward them, in a military jacket over a linen work shirt, white pantaloons, and a round hat. He carried a rifle. He walked with purpose, but did not appear to see Bethany and her mother. His path suggested he was going to walk right past them. Bethany sprang to her feet and rushed toward him, arms outstretched. "Robert, my love, I knew you'd meet me here. I told my mother you would." Instead of embracing her young fiancé, she passed through him. She stumbled, caught herself 2 steps past Robert. She could not comprehend what had just happened. He was right there. She was right there. Her arms reached out and grasped nothing at all, like walking through early morning mist. "Robert, why, what just happened? Why?" Robert continued walking, straight ahead, away from them. The realization hit her like a cannon blast. Bethany screamed, a little too loud considering the fighting nearby. Her mother rushed to her and tried to muffle the sound with her hand. Bethany pushed it away, trembling with grief and terror. She could barely speak. Her words came out tangled, a mix of sadness, heartache, disbelief. "Mother, you saw what happened. I went right through him. That can only mean it's true. Robert is dead. That was his spirit that walked by. That's why he didn't see us. Oh my God, Mother, oh my God." Bethany was in full panic now. Chaotic, lost. She wanted to run, to scream, to make this untrue. Abigail reached her daughter and wrapped her arms around her. Bethany slumped. Her weight collapsed into her mother's embrace. Copious tears and saliva dripped from Bethany's face onto the dirt. She looked up at the sky and wailed like a wounded animal. Abigail tried to hush her, but Bethany was consumed. "He's dead, Robert, he's dead. That's why he didn't see us. That's why I passed right through." She shuddered, remembering the feeling, seeing something, grasping nothing. A sight not meant for the living. "No, no, no, Robert, you promised me you'd come back to me." She looked back to where their bodies intersected. "Robert, please come back. I love you." Abigail held her tighter. Bethany, listen to me. The fighting is getting worse. We have to go right now." Bethany pulled away. "No, I don't care. I won't leave. I don't even want to live. What's the use if Robert is dead? It was everything to me." Abigail interrupted. "He isn't." Bethany blinked. "What?" Abigail's voice was calm, steady. "He isn't dead," she repeated. Bethany broke down again. "But you saw what happened. I walked right through him. How else do you explain that?" Abigail looked into her daughter's eyes. "Bethany, I know this is going to be hard for you to understand, but listen, Robert is fine. He's looking for you. He loves you with all his heart, but he can never find you. Not here." Bethany screamed, confused and wild-eyed. "You're not making any sense." Abigail took a breath. Then she said, "He can't see us. I've been looking for you, so I could tell you why we must leave. The fact is, Robert isn't dead. We are."